Hi there, Joshua here from This Is Something. Occasionally, my brother and I think too much, and we'd like to share those thoughts with you. So settle in. This is Deep Thoughts.
Hey guys, welcome back to This Is Deep Thoughts. So, last December, I turned 30, and I've spent the last few months thinking about what my 20s were like. Trying to reflect on my 20s. You know, what did I do right, what did I do wrong, and try to learn some lessons and be an even better human being in my next decade. And, something I've been reflecting on, is what kind of parent was I in my 20s? And I had three boys, ages 15, 6, and 4. And for those of you that are fast enough on your feet to do the math real quick, one of my kids is half my age. It's not a fact that I advertise. Not that I'm embarrassed or that I'm humiliated by it. In fact, I feel it's one of the things to define me and shape me into the person I am. But I also don't try to, I don't hide it either. And that is that I was a teen parent. And, first and foremost, I was very fortunate as a teen parent. I had parents that, despite being hurt, despite being disappointed, they had my back. They were with me 100%. And I know it's an unfortunate reality that a lot of teen parents don't have that parental support. They don't have parents that are behind them. And I just happen to be very fortunate that I did. I had parents that were there for me. And now that's not to say that I didn't... that they did all the work. Absolutely not. I raised my child, and as part of that, partly as a single parent. Unfortunately, my eldest son's biological mom is just, at this time, is in the picture, and so I raised this child myself. And it certainly meant sacrifice. I had to get a job. And unlike young people that when they get a job, they're saving up for a car, they're hanging out with friends, they're going to movies, whatever, they're going to the mall, I couldn't do that. That money that I worked for went towards helping pay for the costs that are incurred in having a child. And anybody that has a child can tell you, children are very expensive. I missed out on opportunities. When I was in college, there was a 6 month internship in Italy as part of our culinary program, and I couldn't do that internship. If I hadn't had a child, absolutely I would have. But that would mean leaving my son for 6 months, and I couldn't do that. I missed out on opportunities with friends because I had a child I had to take care of. And that's not to say that I didn't hang out with friends, that I didn't have opportunities I took. I went on a missionary trip. I went to college. I hung out with friends, absolutely. But it did mean sometimes sacrifice. I never felt judged. I never felt, we'll say judged. I never felt judged about having a child. I had friends that were accepting of that. But they didn't understand what that meant. And I can remember a couple times I'd be hanging out with friends, and I'd get a phone call, hey, Andrew isn't feeling well, or Andrew's, kind of missing his dad, you need to come home. My mom will be watching him, you need to come home. And I'd have friends who would be like, oh, I don't understand why she can't just watch him, I don't understand why. And nothing wrong with them, they're young, they were young people, they were high school students. They would have no concept of what that kind of responsibility meant. And so it would mean that I'd be hanging out with friends, and I'd have to leave I have to leave hanging out, and I have to go go home and be with Andrew. I remember him getting sick, and I had to go to the ER with him. He had an ear infection, and we got that taken care of. But I mean, I had to go to school the next day. Parenting can be incredibly rewarding, but it is tough. And I was talking to Eli about making this video. During our production meeting, Eli and I were talking about making this video, and I said, "This is something I really want to do." I said, I do want to talk about being a teen parent. I think it's an important thing. I think that it's something that defines me, who I am. The person I became is a result of the person I had to become. I had to grow up at a very early age. I was far and away more mature than my peers. And even to some degree am now. I'm a more mature 30-year-old than most 30-year-olds. And that as a result of having to grow up early. I find it's hard to understand young people a little bit, especially, my eldest son, who, doesn't have that weight and responsibility on him. So I was talking to Eli, and I said, here's the thing. I said, I don't know that I have conclusion to this. I have some thoughts, some things I want to talk about. But I don't know that I have a conclusion. But I guess if I had a conclusion, if I had something I wanted to say, it would be that love is about sacrifice. What we do for others. Loving other people means sometimes giving up the things we want. It means giving up opportunities we could have. That's what love is. That's what true love is. And I was proud to give some of those things up. But that doesn't mean that I didn't lead a successful life. I went to college. It was harder, but I went to college. I went on a missionary trip. I did spend time with friends. It was harder to do, but I was able to do it. I made friends. I pursued a career in culinary. I pursued a career in martial arts. I'm pursuing a career right now in YouTubing. I got married to my best friend, and she stepped into the role of motherhood apprehensively. But, then wholeheartedly. And she's as much of a mother as a mother ever could be. And they love each other quite a bit. Despite having to sacrifice some things, I was able to achieve a successful life. It was hard to do. And so I guess if I had a conclusion is, if you are a teen parent, you can achieve a successful life. I don't know what your unique situation is. I don't know what your unique problems are. What things you're dealing with. I don't know. What I do know is that anything is possible if you push through it. It means having to work for it. If you're willing to sacrifice and you're willing to love and you give it your all, you can achieve that successful life. It may not be the life that you imagined it to be. It may not be your daydream life. But you can achieve happiness. You can achieve that successful life if you're willing to work. It's what I had to do. And I hope that I can be a testament to that. I don't know that I'm a smart enough person to be dispensing advice, but if I had any, that's what it would be. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that maybe that if it helps even one person, then I'm happy to have made it. And next month you're stuck with my brother. So I'll see you next time, guys.
We hope you liked today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and leave a comment because we enjoy chatting with you.
Also, check us out on Instagram and Facebook at This Is Something. All the links are below. Thanks, and have a beautiful day.